Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome again to our LaSalle Sustainability Lectures. And today we have an exciting topic, which is entitled Creating a Campus for Innovation and Sustainability. Before we start our lecture officially, we would have a very short prayer.
Let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the whole that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitation. Let me courage and fill me with spirit to face the challenge. Start the change I long to see. Today I start the change I want to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be a spark in faith, service, and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me. Today I start the change I want to see.
Even if I'm not the light,
I can be the spark. Service and communion. Let us start the change we want to see, the change that begins in me.
Jesus in us.
Jesus in us.
Okay. Again, good morning, everyone. For those who has just tuned in, our lecture for today is Creating a Campus for Innovation and Sustainability. By the way, I'm Ari Sobando. I will be your host for this morning, and I'm the Assistant Dean for Research and Advanced Studies of the Gokongwei College of Engineering. To provide us with an introduction of the Sustainability Lecture Series, we have the Vice President for Research and Innovation of De La Salle University, Manila, Philippines, Dr. Raymond Tan.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to the audience. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this second edition of the 2026 IALU Sustainability Lecture Series. This lecture series was originally conceived in late 2020 by a team comprised of Professor Kathleen Naviso, Professor Alvin Colaba, the director of the Center for Engineering and Sustainable Development Research, and DLSU's Chancellor Emeritus, Dr. Carmelita Kibengo. And we launched the lecture series in 2021 as a means to provide a platform for sharing of various sustainability initiatives, not just in the Philippines, but across the entire world, spanned by the global network of LaSallian universities known as IALU. That's the International Association of LaSalle Universities. We have successfully completed more than half a decade of this lecture series. We have a dedicated YouTube channel, and the team has expanded to support the timely delivery of this series. Of course, we are joined by Professor Aris Ubando of the Gokongwei College of Engineering, the University Sustainability Office, headed by the Executive Director, Nonoy Maralit, and represented here by Riodel Masilungan, provide the logistical support to ensure smooth delivery of this lecture series. Through the 5+ years of this lecture series, we have had volunteer resource persons from different LaSalle universities across the globe, providing monthly sharing of their activities towards our common pursuit of a greener planet. The lecture series, of course, draws on inspiration from Pope Francis's Laudato Si encyclical from 2015, and also from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. As we proceed into the 6th year of this lecture series, I'm happy to note that we have continued to sustain our momentum. We continue to have volunteer speakers from different LaSalle universities, and we do hope that the audience is growing as well, because we have not just live delivery via Zoom, but we have a YouTube channel so that those who are unable to view the live events are able to view the lectures at their own time. With that, I would just like to say once again, thank you for supporting this lecture series for all these years, and we hope to see you in future editions as well. Thank you, and good day to everybody.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tan, for the introduction of the LaSalle Sustainability Lecture Series. Our session today focuses on the De La Salle University Laguna campus, not merely as a site of instruction, but as a living laboratory for what it means to sustain-innovate. We will look into how physical infrastructure such as the LEED Silver certified Enrique K. Razon Jr. Hall and pioneering shifts to 100% renewable energy are creating a blueprint for environmental stewardship. This talk is a journey through an ecosystem where academic vision and technological progress converge to shape resilient, inclusive, and future-ready communities. It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker for today. Professor Jonathan R. Dunca is a distinguished civil engineer and academic leader with over 3 decades of experience. Currently, he is the Vice President of the De La Salle University Laguna campus and the Dean of the School of Innovation and Sustainability. His expertise is anchored in a Doctor of Engineering degree from the Tokyo Institute of Technology in Japan, where his research pioneered safer, more resilient infrastructure against seismic hazards. He is also our previous dean for the Gokongwei College of Engineering. Beyond the classroom and the laboratory, his contribution to geotechnical engineering and soil stabilization have earned him a place among the Department of Science and Technology's 50 men and women of science, from holding patents for sustainable engineering solutions to being a recipient of the prestigious Arizona State University Innovation Leadership Fellowship, is a true bridge between technical excellence and global environmental advocacy. Please join me in welcoming our speaker, Professor Jonathan R. Dunca.
Thank you, Doc Aris, Doc Kay, and Dr. Tan. Thank you for inviting me. Let me share with you my PowerPoint presentation today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. When we hear the words innovation and sustainability, they often sound like buzzwords, phrases we see in glossy brochures, strategic plans, and mission statements of universities around the world. But the real question is this: why have these words become so powerful, so persistent, and almost unavoidable in higher education today? The answer is simple, yet unsettling. Universities are no longer preparing students for a stable, predictable world. We are educating them for a future defined by rapid technological change, climate uncertainty, resource constraints, and complex social challenges. In this context, innovation is no longer optional. It is a survival skill. Sustainability is no longer an advocacy. It is a responsibility. This is why leading higher education institutions have embraced these concepts not as trends, but as foundations. Innovation speaks to our ability to adapt, to rethink traditional models of teaching, research, and engagement. Sustainability speaks to our obligation to ensure that progress today does not compromise the ability of future generations to thrive. Together, they redefine what it means to be a relevant and credible university in the 21st century. However, there is a critical shift happening. It is no longer enough to teach innovation and sustainability in the classroom alone. If we speak about sustainability while operating energy inefficient buildings, or promote innovation while maintaining rigid and outdated systems, we send a conflicting message to our students. The campus itself must become the curriculum. A truly innovative and sustainable campus is a living laboratory where energy systems, buildings, mobility, waste management, digital infrastructure, and governance models are designed not only for efficiency, but for learning. Students do not just study concepts, they experience them daily. Faculty do not merely teach theories, they test solutions in real world conditions. Administrators do not simply manage facilities, they steward a shared vision of responsible growth. Today's presentation is an invitation to rethink the campus, not just as a place where education happens, but as a platform where innovation is practiced and sustainability is lived. Because the universities that will matter tomorrow are those that do not merely talk about the future, but build it, operate it, and embody it today. Allow me to share with you some insights in developing a campus as a hub for sustainability and innovation based on our experience at De La Salle University, particularly at the Laguna campus. A campus is more than just classrooms and laboratories. It is a living ecosystem where ideas converge, breakthroughs happen, and future leaders are nurtured. To develop a campus as a hub for sustainability and innovation, we must integrate sustainability principles into every aspect of our academic environment, from the infrastructure that supports us to the curriculum that inspires us. At its core, sustainability is the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the future. It is a commitment to environmental stewardship, social responsibility, and economic viability. Sustainability serves as a foundation of responsible progress. It demonstrates the collective ability to meet our current needs while preserving resources for future generations, whether through protection of natural ecosystems or emphasizing equity and well-being of communities. or ensuring business enterprises thrive without compromising environmental integrity. In short, sustainability is about balance. It requires us to rethink how we build, consume, and innovate so that we do not deplete the very resources that sustain us. To achieve sustainability, it should be noted that educational institutions have a vital role in fostering environmental stewardship. And building a truly sustainable campus requires leadership, collaboration, and innovation. Leadership commitment is at the core of this transformation. Research shows that leaders who embrace environmental principles inspire change, shaping policies that encourage green innovation across their institutions. Beyond leadership, campus communities must be engaged in environmentally friendly initiatives, whether through research, teaching, or social learning. Sustainability must be integrated into the daily activities while empowering students and staff to contribute to a greener future. A sustainable campus also begins with education itself. By embedding sustainability into curriculums, educational institutions can equip future leaders with the knowledge and skills to address pressing global challenges. Students must not only learn about sustainability, but experience it firsthand in the way campus operate. Technology also plays a crucial role in shaping sustainable learning environments. The adoption of digital tools, energy efficient systems, and smart solutions enhances opportunities for campuses to embrace sustainability while preparing students for the future. Meanwhile, administrative offices can also contribute by transitioning to paperless operations, reducing waste, and promoting eco-friendly workplace behaviors. Additionally, strategic planning such as campus master plans ensures that sustainability is embedded into physical infrastructure and long-term development. Another strategy that is equally essential is resource management. Water conservation, energy efficiency, and responsible waste disposal strengthen universities' environmental impact, reducing consumption and minimizing ecological footprints. Adopting smarter energy systems and proper waste segregation supports a sustainable campus ecosystem. Finally, green transportation solutions must be prioritized. Universities must create eco-friendly mobility options that reduce emissions, encourage sustainable commuting, and contribute to a cleaner environment for all. A sustainable campus is not just a vision, it is a responsibility. It requires a unified effort among leaders, faculty, students, and staff to implement meaningful changes that protect our planet. A truly sustainable campus is not built by a single department in an academic institution. It is a result of multiple offices working together, breaking silos, and aligning their goals for a greener future. The Finance Office secures funding for initiatives. The Student Affairs Office empowers student-led sustainability projects, and the leadership ensures that sustainability remains at the heart of the institution's values. Imagine a campus that not only educates, but also inspires. A campus that serves as a shining example of sustainability. To achieve this, we must recognize the crucial role played by various administrative offices and how they intertwine to build a truly sustainable future. An insightful initiative begins with data. The office responsible for sustainability metrics and reporting holds the key to informed decision making. Through regular assessments, we track our progress in carbon reduction, resource consumption, and environmental impact. But data alone does not drive change. It is a strategic collaboration among offices that transform numbers into action. A sustainable campus must be just and inclusive. In cooperation and collaboration with the Lasallian Center for Inclusivity, Diversity, and Well-being, or our LCDWELL, we ensure that our environmental efforts do not leave anyone behind. Sustainability must be accessible to all members of the community, from students, faculty, staff, and partners, by empowering them and providing equal opportunities to participate in green initiatives. Our campus development office also plays a vital role in designing buildings that do not disrupt the local ecosystem. Preserving biodiversity means protecting green spaces, planting native species, and integrating nature into the campus environment. Sustainable architecture should align with nature rather than work against it. The facilities management team is responsible for resource management by continuously innovating to conserve water and energy in our daily operations. The transition to renewable energy sources and efficient water systems are not a solo endeavor. It requires cooperation among key stakeholders and decision makers. Transportation also plays a key role in fostering sustainable mobility in campus. One of the most impactful strategies we have implemented is the integration of bike sharing programs, which provide accessible, eco-friendly alternatives to travel within the campus. This program reduces congestion and emissions while promoting health and wellness. Waste is never truly eliminated. It simply changes form, whether through decomposition, recycling, or repurposing. Because of this, managing waste effectively requires thoughtful planning at every stage, starting from the moment materials are acquired. The Facilities Management Office, responsible for solid waste management, plays a crucial role in this process, but its efforts must be complemented by the University Sustainability Office, Asset Management Office, and Supply Chain Management Office. Electric shuttles also further enhance sustainability by offering efficient, eco-friendly transport options. Transitioning to electric vehicles help minimize carbon footprints and create cleaner urban environments. Meanwhile, integrating the concepts of a walkable campus in your master plans strengthens the efforts towards sustainable mobility by prioritizing pedestrian-friendly infrastructure. Thoughtful planning that wide sidewalks, green spaces, and safe pedestrian crossings encourages people to choose walking over motorized travel. When sourcing materials, procurement professionals should prioritize items that are durable, recyclable, biodegradable, or made from sustainable sources. By doing so, they help reduce the environmental footprint of the organization and minimize the volume of waste that requires complex disposal methods. Collaboration between waste management and procurement ensures that sustainability is embedded in the organization's operations. This partnership can lead to policies that favor eco-friendly suppliers, encourage waste reduction initiatives, and support transition to a circular economy where materials are continually reused rather than discarded. Finally, as an academic institution, sustainability should not be an afterthought or a hidden element into the curriculum. It must be front and center, woven into the very fabric of education. Without knowledge, awareness, and active participation, even the most well-designed environmental programs can struggle to gain traction. This is where academic, community activities, and outreach activities play a pivotal role in shaping attitudes and behaviors. By integrating sustainability into curricula, academic institutions empower students to engage with real-world environmental challenges. Courses across various disciplines should incorporate lessons on climate change, responsible resource management, and ethical decision-making. This approach ensures that sustainability is not treated as an isolated subject, but rather as an essential principle that influences multiple fields of study. Similarly, student engagement programs and initiatives such as campus-wide recycling drives, tree planting campaigns, and zero waste challenges encourage students to become active participants in the movement. Community outreach efforts extend this engagement to the broader audience, fostering collaboration between university, local organizations, and residents to address environmental issues collectively. Ultimately, the goal is to promote a culture where sustainability is more than just a policy. It becomes a shared responsibility. All members of the academic community are encouraged to view themselves as stewards of the environment, taking ownership of their individual and collective impact. This shift in mindset transforms sustainability from a distant concept to a lived experience, ensuring long-term commitment to eco-friendly practices. For 50 years as a university, DLSU has been at the forefront of teaching minds, touching hearts, and transforming lives by fostering innovation and advancing sustainability. Please allow me to showcase how our commitment to technology, research, and environmental stewardship continues to grow. Our campus, located in Binyan City, Laguna Province, is a haven where innovation thrives, nature is preserved, and sustainability is a way of life. A true example of a sustainable campus, a place where learning goes hand in hand with environmental responsibility. From energy efficient buildings to green spaces that inspire, every aspect of DLSU Laguna campus is designed to reduce our carbon footprint and create a healthier, more resilient future. By harnessing technology, promoting eco-friendly practices, and instilling a mindset of conservation among students, faculty, and the community, we establish sustainability not only as a goal, but a commitment. I am proud to announce that Enrique Razon Junior Hall and University Hall have both received the LEED Silver certification under the LEED version 4 Building Design and Construction Schools category. This prestigious recognition makes them the first LEED Silver academic buildings in the Philippines. Achieving LEED Silver certification is a meaningful milestone for DLSU and a strong validation of the campus' long-standing commitment to sustainability. It signifies that universities' buildings meet globally recognized stewards for energy efficiency, water conservation, indoor environmental quality, and responsible resource use. More importantly, it reflects a deliberate shift from simply advocating sustainability to embedding into the physical and operational DNA of the campus. LEED or LEED Silver means tangible proof of sustainability in action, not just policies, but measurable performance in design and operations. Number two, healthier learning environments for students, faculty, and staff through better air quality and natural lighting. Three, reduce environmental footprint via lower energy consumption and more efficient water use. And fourth, a living laboratory for innovation where sustainable technologies and practice can be studied, tested, and improved. Beyond the certification itself, these achievements strengthens the campus identity as a hub for innovation and sustainability. It reinforces the message that environmental responsibility and academic excellence are not separate goals, but mutually reinforcing priorities. Ultimately, LEED Silver is not the destination. It is a benchmark and a catalyst. It challenges DLSU to pursue even higher standards, inspires its students to design solutions for a sustainable future, and serves as a model for how educational institutions can lead in climate responsive development. DLSU Laguna is not only evolving its physical form, but also redefining its academic framework. The university introduced programs that align with technological advancements, economic transformations, and growing need for sustainability-driven leadership. The School of Innovation and Sustainability is a pioneering dynamic programs rooted in challenge-based learning where students actively engage with industry and government partners to achieve real-world challenges. At the core of the School of Innovation and Sustainability are talented professors in various fields of science, engineering, humanities, social science, and business, who serves as the greatest resource and mentors of our students. As a learner-centered research university, we promote a culture that encourages our students to explore and inquire about new and challenging ideas, while teachers guide them in finding the answers to their questions and prepare them for their future careers as leaders and professionals in their chosen fields. Beyond academics, our commitments to sustainability is woven into the very fabric of our campus operations and activities. This is why DLSU has established the University Sustainability Office, where each campus is assigned with a sustainability hub. These hubs are groundbreaking initiatives designed to integrate sustainability across all areas of our campus life. The hub will not only serve as a resource for education, but also as a space for action where students, faculty, staff, and the broader community can work together to promote sustainability in everything we do. From sustainable campus practices such as reducing energy consumption, recycling, and sustainable sourcing, to fostering an environment of innovation in sustainability education, the hub is out a key driver in our efforts to create a truly sustainable campus. The Sustainability Hub engages the youth to grow and cook their own food, teaching them that composting food scraps leads to more fertile soil and abundant harvests. It provides an alternative lifestyle to fast food and quick deliveries. We heighten the awareness of everyone on the importance of planting more Philippine native trees and what planting for carbon sequestration does for all forms of life on land, air, and water. We recognize and validate the significance of all life forms, affirming that every living being has its place within this ecosystem. Planting provides all creatures with food sources. Through bird watching, our community learns to slow down and listen for birds in our environment, acknowledging their presence and knowing their species names. We also do river management and cleanup. We call for volunteers and educate them about the impact of one's waste disposal behavior and how it affects life below water. Upcycling has a direct impact on our climate realities. Our upcycling projects patronize local talent breathing new life into old, discarded furniture. The interior designer is a local from Binyan, Laguna, and has become quite popular in upcycling household waste into functional art, like this office furniture at our sustainability hub in Laguna campus. Through such partnerships, we were able to divert tons of plastic waste from landfills while providing skills and jobs to displaced women in Taal, Batangas. Upcycling activities has gained the following. At the Laguna campus, we have built a small community of like-minded individuals sharing the same interests and passions. In this particular activity, the students taught us adults to turn old jeans and other fabric into bags, wallets, and other reusable items. These activities are our direct approach towards influencing people to realize that we as humans are part of the natural world and not separate from it. Therefore, we must start caring more about it. Caring for our environment was a theme in the Pope Francis encyclicals, which urgently calls us to action to protect Earth, our common home. Through the Laudato Si sessions, participants gain deeper understanding that environmental issues are interconnected with social, economical, and political concerns. By the end of these sessions, it is hoped that participants will consider real world problems from a new perspective and formulate solutions using a more holistic approach. Apart from the encyclicals, another call for urgent action is the 2030 Global Goals for Sustainable Development Goals, or commonly known as SDGs. We also conduct the SDG caravans, which aim to educate each department, student organization, and individual on the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Through the caravan, we also strive to help individuals uncover their passions and channel them to contribute towards specific goals, both individually and collectively. Another way we educate the youth is through a living laboratory approach. This photo shows our environmental engineer with students at our waste treatment plant, where the treatment plant serves as a platform for learning. They see firsthand a real-world operational facility that treats wastewater before discharging it back to the river. Through this approach, we become partners, collaborators in education with the course professor. Other examples of living labs are demonstration units, such as this bike that can power a mobile device without the use of electricity, but through the mechanical energy of pedaling. This demonstration unit illustrates how kinetic and potential energy work in a gravity storage system where energy is released by lowering the suspended weight. It serves as an eco-friendly alternative to batteries and fossil fuels. This wind turbine represents another sustainable solution for power generation. All these demo units was a result of a collaboration between our sustainability hub and the fabrication laboratory or Fab Lab of our central instrumentation facility. These demo units make learning concepts more tangible. Through these interactive units, students can imagine more, experiment, and create in iterations from a basic unit. But the hub's role goes beyond SDGs as they also collaborate with our academic departments in educating our students through service learning. Through the hub, they engage all stakeholders from students and faculty to local communities and industry partners, creating a culture of sustainability that is ingrained in the way we live and work. This holistic approach is essential if we are to create meaningful, lasting change. By embedding these values, we aim to create a culture where sustainability is a core component of our identity. With this, I am personally inviting you to visit our Sustainability Hub or the entire Laguna campus one of these days and learn more about how we approach sustainability through policy development and behavioral changes. De La Salle University Laguna campus has become the first higher education institution in Calabarzon to fully adopt 100% renewable energy. This milestone is not just a triumph for our university, but a kickstart towards a greener future. This transition was possible through the Green Energy Option Program or GEOP, an initiative that empowers consumers to choose renewable energy sources for their electricity needs. By leveraging this program, the LSU Laguna campus has taken a bold step towards sustainability, ensuring that our operations align with our commitment to environmental stewardship. By embracing clean energy, the LSU is setting a precedent for academic institutions across the region. Through innovative infrastructure, green technologies, and responsible energy consumption, we are actively contributing to the global movement toward a more sustainable world. Apart from being sustainable campus, the LSU Laguna campus also offers an ecosystem for innovation where researchers, startups, and industry leaders collaborate to create groundbreaking solutions. In the campus, shared resources for research and development are offered that fosters an inclusive community and provides vital networking opportunities. It supports startups through incubation programs, mentorships, and access to expertise, ensuring ideas don't just spark but thrive. An example of this endeavor is the presence of 4 Department of Science and Technology Balik scientists in our campus. Their presence strengthens our university's research initiatives while enhancing scientific collaboration and inspiring the next generation of innovators. At the heart of DLSU Laguna campus is the hub with the state-of-the-art innovation spaces. These are dedicated areas that bring together interdisciplinary teams to solve complex challenges. A key feature is the co-working spaces at the John Gokongwei Innovation Center, where students, researchers, and professionals from diverse fields work side by side, sharing ideas and developing sustainable technologies. Beyond co-working spaces, innovation labs provide access to specialized tools like 3D printers, AI softwares, and advanced simulation technology, empowering teams to prototype, experiment, and accelerate the innovation process. But it's not just about facilities. The hub thrives on community-driven events, workshops, and hackathons, such as the Innovation Week held every term, where students, researchers, and partners are given the opportunity to share their work, collaborate, learn, and innovate together. De La Salle University is also recognized as the first private higher education institution in the country to have the Knowledge, Innovation, Science, and Technology, or KIST Park, located at its Laguna campus. The DLSU Innovation Hub is a presidentially proclaimed specialized economic zone under the Philippine Economic Zone Authority, or PEZA, which is designed to foster technological innovation, industry academic collaboration, and research commercialization. The DLSU Innovation Hub exemplifies a forward-thinking approach to fostering innovation, sustainability, knowledge sharing through its comprehensive integration of academia, industry, government, and community. It serves as a venue for interdisciplinary collaboration and practical application of research, driving economic growth, and addressing societal challenges. With its state-of-the-art facilities, dynamic programs, and strategic partnerships, the hub not only develops transformative solutions, but also uplifts the surrounding community through education, entrepreneurship, and resource efficiency. By aligning with national and global initiatives, it stands as a vital contributor to the advancement of science and technology and sustainable development in the Philippines. At the De La Salle University Laguna campus, innovation and sustainability is more than just an idea. It's a way of life. We develop groundbreaking concepts that drives progress, shaping solutions that make a lasting impact on industries, communities, and the environment. Through cutting-edge research, sustainable initiatives, and collaboration with industry leaders, we are committed to creating a future that is not only brighter, but also more sustainable. We empower students, researchers, and innovators to challenge limits, redefine possibilities, and lead the way toward meaningful change. At DLSU Laguna, we don't just imagine the future, we build it. As I come to my concluding remarks, I would like to return to where we began, with the idea that innovation and sustainability are no longer slogans, but signals of responsibility. What we have discussed today is not about having the newest buildings, the most advanced technology, or the most ambitious strategic plan. It is about intentional alignment, aligning what we teach, how we operate, and what we stand for as institutions of higher learning. When a campus practices what it teaches, education becomes authentic, credible, and transformative. The challenge before us is both simple and demanding. It asks us to look at our own universities and ask uncomfortable questions. Are our campuses preparing students for the future or for the past? Do our daily operations reinforce the values we promote in our classrooms? Are we willing to move beyond compliance and convenience toward creativity and courage? Creating a campus for innovation and sustainability does not require perfection. It requires commitment. It begins with small, deliberate steps, rethinking energy use, reimagining spaces for collaboration, empowering faculty and students to experiment, and viewing the campus not as a fixed asset, but as an evolving learning ecosystem. My hope is that you leave today not inspired by a single model, but challenged by a shared responsibility. Each university has its own context, constraints, and culture. But every university has the capacity to lead. Leadership in higher education today is no longer measured only by rankings or research output, but by the impact we create on people, communities, and the planet. Let us challenge ourselves and one another to transform our campuses into living examples of the future we want our students to inherit. Because when universities choose to innovate responsibly and operate sustainably, we do more than educate minds. We shape societies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Dunca, for sharing this story of DLSU Laguna campus. It's really transformative story that you have shared us. Now we now focus on the question and answer, and we have some comments in our chat box. A message coming from Miss Nina Hoffman, who is from LaSalle Campus Barcelona. A very warm welcome, Nina and your team at LaSalle Campus Barcelona. We are truly privileged also to have the president of the University Ramon Lol, President Joseph Santos, to join us today. And congratulations on your new role as IALU Vice President. We also have a congratulatory message coming from Jess Lorenzo. So we would like to congratulate Dr. Dunca for the comprehensive and the strategy to advance sustainability at the Laguna campus. Just to have some initial discussion, Dr. Dunca, you mentioned that I think the real good news was when we have received the Knowledge Innovation Sustainability Hub, or the EcoZone, which was inaugurated by our own president and VOST. I know for a couple of years you've worked on having this KISS at the DLSU Laguna campus. Can you share some of the challenges that you have encountered, and also how do you see this KISS moving us forward as a Lasallian community?
Thank you. Thank you for that one. Yes, it is really a long process. It took us 7 years to get this certification, 2 Philippine presidents about this. Where this KIST is a new type of ecozone given by the Philippine government. But basically, all the privileges are the same as the ecozones, like the IT Park, the Laguna Techno Park, just 5 minutes away from the Laguna campus. The application process was quite tedious because we need to get endorsements from different government institutions and other organizations. But getting endorsements is not just very simple. We have gone through a rigorous process being endorsed by Department of Science and Technology, and took us almost 2 years to get the endorsements. And once it was endorsed by DOST, it was endorsed back to PESA, and PESA endorsed to Malacanang. Now, why is this important to us? Number one is because of our mission for the campus to make it as an innovation and innovation and sustainability hub. We want to have this ecozone where there's a chance for the industry to come in and collocate with us. And what is it for us? Nowadays, we prepare our students to be industry ready, but they say there are some gaps between what we teach and what they are supposed to do. By having partnerships with industries, or by having the presence of the industries into the campus, there is more chances for our students and professors to prepare the students in the real life challenges in their future work. They don't need to go out of the campus to feel what it is like to work in an industry. They are already in the campus. At the same time, these industries can help us in delivering the right instructions that will produce industry-ready students. And that is the reason why we pursued to have this KIST recognition.
Thank you so much, Professor Dunca, for that response. We have a couple of questions coming from our participants from USLS Bacolod, one from Jaylen Jonko Mesayas, and one from Mini Chua. So their question is, how do they, if they want to adopt innovation sustainability strategies in their institution, how do they start? And is it possible for them to have a LEED certification?
Okay. Number one, like what I have mentioned, commitment is the very first thing that we need to ensure. We should be committed. It's not an easy task. Number two, leadership and support. And then number three is the cooperation of everyone. This is not just a work of one person or the administrators. It's the work of everyone. So once you have these three, then I think you can start. And I say it's not only about facilities, it can help, but it's not about that. There are other things, but the most important is we should be committed to this one. About the LEED certification, it was our campus development during the design process of these two buildings, who um, um, got the idea of designing it to be more sustainable. And this leadership for energy efficient design is the certification body that awards buildings with sustainable designs. And yes, I admit that designing LEED type of buildings will require more resources than the ordinary cost of a building, because you should choose a more energy efficient lighting system, a more efficient water system, a more design of airflow within the building. And we needed to seek the assistance of some consultants to do that. And of course, these are special type of design that will require special materials, specialized systems. So it incurs a more budget requirement than the usual buildings.
Thank you for that, Professor Dunca. I think given the time, we have a couple more questions in our chat box. One coming from Engelbert Talunton, and he would like to thank for an inspiring presentation. His question is on the challenges and setback in the Laguna campus and how this transformed to strengthen the approach for innovation and sustainability.
There are many challenges, and in fact, Mr. Angel Talonton experienced some. Okay, from the moment the KIST part was started, we didn't even know. We were one of the first who were applying, the pioneer. So the challenges in getting all the requirements, in providing all the requirements, the waiting time, the uncertainties in whatever other requirements the government requires. That one is one of the challenges. The next is, I have mentioned, commitment is also very important. It is not very easy to get the commitment of everyone. We need to inspire people. to really explain to them what it is for us or for them to have this or to achieve this. And then next is there must be an element of firmness, because along the way, the challenges that you will encounter will put you down. But if you are committed and inspired to do this, you will regain strength to pursue it until you achieve your goal. There, there are still a lot of challenges that I cannot explain all here in this session. And to add, of course, budget is is also is also um, a big challenge. That's why we need the institution to be committed to support these undertakings.
Thank you so much, Professor Dunca. Another question from a faculty from USLS Paul Saivel J. Tortosa. And the question is about inspiring our students. How do we inspire our students to reconcile values towards innovation and sustainability?
Um, Sometimes by just giving lectures, students do not imagine it that well. Even we show some pictures. It's very sometimes it's very difficult to appreciate it. By exposing them to the real challenges, to the problems, to the environment, then that's I think the best way for us to inspire them to do this innovation and sustainability. And that's the reason why I'm very proud with the Lasallian reflection framework that we adopt in everything that we do, especially in teaching our students. In Lasallian reflection framework, the first one is Masid Danas. In English, see and observe. We allow our students to immerse in the realities, immerse in the world, in the real life challenges. And by immersing them, they can commit to take action. And that's also one of the three Lasallian reflection framework. Masidanas, surinilay, and tayaktilos. So they immerse, they reflect and analyze, and they commit to action. I think by applying those three elements of Lasallian reflection framework, we will be able to inspire them to do these things.
Thank you so much, Professor Dunca. I think that's all the time that we have for the Q&A portion. But I
Thank
just
you.
want to acknowledge, of course, Mr. Juan Reyes and Ms. Agnes De Jesus, who provided some questions. So we'll try to summarize everything and provide these questions to Professor Dunca for him or for our team to be able to address them in our social media uh, platforms. With this, I think let's give a round of applause to Professor Dunca for this lecture and sharing his transformative story about BLSU Laguna Campus. Thank you so much, Professor Dunca. All right. In our screen is the QR code for us to further improve the LaSalle Sustainability Lecture Series. So we would like to hear your thoughts on this. And we hope to see you again next month on our another lecture series. So to end our session. So again, thank you so much and have a great day. We hope to see you again very soon. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Dunka.